What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Make sure if you haven't, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. My name is Dan. I make videos about trading and cryptocurrency. So if you're looking for new trading tips and you like to make money, make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We have a lot to cover. Let's dive right in. This is answering a question that I got about Crypto.com, and it is, what do I think about the interface and the platform and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to dive in and give you my opinion about it. I think that Crypto.com is going to probably be a pretty big crypto exchange in the future. Just kind of like Binance, you see how successful it became. And I think Crypto.com has the potential to do that. Keep in mind, if you're using the cryptocurrency debit card, you do have to do KYC and AML. And the more times you KYC, the more chances you have of showing up on the radar for being into cryptocurrency, and you could increase your chances of an audit. So keep that in mind. So I personally don't use anything that requires me to KYC, because that means that you are just basically, they're basically banks at this point. And the more regulated that these centralized exchanges become, the less say over your money you have. So for instance, say you traded on one of these exchanges, and in the future your money shot up and was worth millions of dollars, and you go to withdraw it, but they say, hey, you can't withdraw that much money. You have to tell us where it's going, why you're sending it here, and all of this stuff. Basically what you have to do at a regular bank. As regulation cracks down on these exchanges, we could continue to see more of that. So I'm kind of just really waiting for decentralized exchanges to take off. There's stuff called Uniswap, where you can swap any ERC20 token with another one, which is kind of cool. That's decentralized. But overall, I'd say this is a good exchange. I'd personally invest in a hardware wallet. I'll put a link in the description where you can get an Nano Ledger X, where you can literally hold your money. Here, I'll show you mine. It's right here. But basically, you're your own bank, right? So no matter what happens, you are in control of your money. So I think that is a big thing to get to integrate into your crypto portfolio. So let's take a look at stocks. U.S. stock markets hit all-time highs yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, we're in a worldwide pandemic. Iowa just got hit with a land hurricane, a Draco storm. I didn't even know what those things were. So lost, I think, 50% of their crops. Correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe they lost 50% of their power. Either way, it was a big devastation. On top of that, we have civil unrest in every single city. We're basically going through political civil war. Airline companies the airline company got completely decimated. The travel industry is decimated. Warren Buffett sold off all of his airline stocks, and the stock market's continually going up. I mean, how does this make any sense? The only way it makes sense is to believe, the Fed is basically printing an unlimited amount of money, and they're pumping it into the market. And so a lot of people are trading it, calling it the Fed put. They said, well, hey, if the Fed's buying it up, I might as well ride it up too, because what does it matter to try to short an organization that can put an unlimited amount of money into the market? So this is just crazy. The stock market is in an all-time high, and our country is basically being decimated. The entire world is. This is just, I don't know how any of this makes sense, but yeah, more power to them. If it rallies for another 10 years, I will tip my hat to them. And maybe I'm the fool for not getting into the stock market. That's crazy. Okay, pandemic and protests spur Americans to buy guns at record pace. So, handguns are, I think that in certain areas, handguns are on on a 6-month waiting list. But my friend even said that if you try to buy bullets for certain guns, you can't even get them. Like, people this is crazy. This is stuff that, when you would watch those doomsday prepper shows, and they'd be hoarding guns and bullets and food. And I would remember, I'd be looking at these people like that. That's crazy. And guess what? They're not so crazy now, because everything that they predicted was going to happen has happened. So if you try to get a gun, it's going to be pretty difficult, because they're selling out quickly. So I loved what I think Bill Ackman said. He goes, we don't need a calamity to happen. We just need for people to believe that there's a calamity to happen. Is the civil unrest going to happen in every suburb in every county across the country? Probably not. But the fact that it's happening in major cities is spurring people enough to buy guns and hoard, hoard stuff because of afraid what might happen, right? I mean, if the Democrats win, is the civil unrest going to stop? I don't know. This isn't a political channel, but I mean, if you go to Antifa.com right now, I'll show you this. If you go to Antifa.com right now, it links to Joe Biden's website. I'll show you right now. Antifa.com. It goes right to Joe Biden's website. So I mean, the Antifa's the one that's burning the cities down, and it goes to Joe Biden's website. Like, I mean, this is just hilarious. Anyway, this isn't a political channel. Let's move on. But yeah, so the forecasting future world economy looks grim. Really, really grim. Meaning that if you are a person and you don't have any money and you don't have any way to make money and you're kind of just holding on to your job and sort of, humping the American dream and all that, you're not really going to have much, many options in the future, right? Because what happens if you lose your job? What happens if they implement a 50% tax like they're doing in California and you are able to make 150K and you get to a place where you're finally able to try to scale up and build a better life for yourself. But what happens if they end up taking 50% of tax from that? And it's like every single policy that is happening is basically designed and rigged to keep the poor and middle class more poor, and to continue to elevate the monopolies, the big tech monopolies, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Apple. There's a reason that they are basically funding the Democratic Party to continue to smash the competition in the small and medium-sized business. It actually makes tons and tons of sense to me. So Pence says this is the greatest economy in the world. I mean, he kind of has to. I don't think it's the greatest economy in the world. I mean, maybe if you compare the American economy to the worldwide economy, maybe. That's only because we have a world reserve currency and we can print it into oblivion and manipulate the economy. But, he has to say that. So I don't agree with Pence. But, what are you going to say? You're in charge of it, so you're not going to say that it's not. So I just think that that's just untrue. I don't think we have a healthy economy. All right. Well, I want to show you this trade that I took. So, the ZIL trade is up. It's up by 1.75%, maintaining it. Remember, I maintain all my charts. So my charts just basically can generate me small percentages. No, well, I don't know, 1.75%. I think that's a good percent, but I know people are like, oh, it's not thousands of percent. Yeah, think about compound interest over the course of a long time. It does add up to a lot. So be able to maintain this and grind out these steady percentages. This is just like a slot machine where you put $1 in and you get $2 back. So put $1 in, I get $2 back. This is 1.64% on the XTZ Tezos chart, 1.25% on the VeChain chart. Let's check out Amizigo. We have 4.21% on Amizigo. And if we go down to Link, we're up 0.35% on the Link chart. We just sold some links. So we're maintaining our charts in high profits. Consecutive profits. That's what I like. I like consistent. It doesn't really do much if I make 500% one day and then lose 600% the next day. That doesn't really do much. I like slow, concise, consecutive, gains that continue to make me money that I can count on. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a course about how to do this more in depth. I had a little course I was doing on, but I'm going to go more and more in depth and really be able to break this down on a really scalable basis for everyone to understand, because it's kind of complicating and confusing, but I want to be able to make it simple. And so that's kind of what I'm building right now. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. Make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you like this kind of content. I will be talking to y'all next time. Until then, peace.